Meredith,
Yes.
your red note action.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I found out a little bit more that you might want to know.
Okay.
Have you registered for it yet?
No, I forgot I was a little busy yesterday.
Okay, you might not want to.
Why?
So a lot of the people who have registered on that site, which is based out of China, have a strong number of them have been banned or either lost their accounts or been suspended because the stuff that they're used to monetizing in TikTok here isn't acceptable in China because of their country's state laws, like what you can share. You can't share overtly sexual. You can't share political, discourse. You can't. So I was told yesterday that the last check for influencers that are through the TikTok realm just got delivered. So one of my friends has a son who is 19 who is a pretty good influencer.
Okay.
And he just got his check, and they said if it's canceled, if it ends on Sunday, this, in essence, is the last payment that they'll get.
Oh, my God.
And then they said that the people who have been, like some people have lost their account. The other people were worried that if it continued on and Red Note went on, they don't know how to get paid from Red Note because that's from China.
Yeah.
And it's not the same establishment as here on the
can see
American
that.
version. So it's not as quickly able to be transitioned over.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hold on. So let's go back real quick. You saying the women that are let me take that back. The people that are out there showing off the cheeks and the other stuff, they're getting banned?
Yes, in lack of a better word. Yeah.
Yeah.
The things that we're used to sharing here, like they've always said, TikTok here is different than TikTok there because theirs is more educational, blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah. So if you take your page the way it exists and just convert it over to the Chinese version, Red Note, then that means that now your broadcasting is now in China.
Yes.
And they don't allow that, so they would quickly shadow ban you, and then they would take away your account if it's violated again. The other part is they're reworking the back law of Red Note to now make sure that American followers and people who are participating don't interact with Chinese folks.
Oh, you can't.
So they want, because they refer to, the way it was explained yesterday, they refer to us as international users
Okay.
because they're in their own country.
Yeah, it's
so
for
they're
them.
so the people who are outsiders don't get to commingle with the people who are national.
So the messaging would be off then, but I can comment maybe?
You can comment, but only people would see
Okay.
your comments would be the people in America.
In America.
Interesting. Okay.
That's not very social of a social media.
I mean, but they're just like, yo,
Very
we
protective.
don't want to bring in what y'all do over there.
Yeah, I like to post. That's cool. I don't need the whole influencer thing. My big deal about this was I just want to be able to have access to TikTok in general. And
But it's
even if
not
it
the
is
same TikTok,
But
though.
even videos and fashion and stuff, even if I'm just sit back and I can just not even post and just view more American stuff, there's a lot of Chinese people that speak English over there. They're bilingual, so I would enjoy just to watch.
But just understand the things that you're used to seeing on TikTok is not what you're going to see on Red Note because you can't.
And the different sense of humor as well.
And you got to think you might be going on there for innocent reasons, but there's other people that have revenue streams coming through because they're showing so much on Instagram and TikTok, and they're getting paid for it. So
It's not just sexual either. It's music. It's everything. It's everything that is against the rules of China.
Over there.
China has a different deal. That you can't just go out there and say, "Man, F the police," or "Forget the president," or "Oh, this is stupid because X, Y, and Z." You can't talk out against the state there. So it's not just music. It's not just boobs. It's all of it. I mean, people who booty shaking and shaking this and doing all that and the sexual stuff and the irreverent stuff of rock or rap or whatever.
Yeah.
You can't do it in China.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just to let you know.
A lot of different rules.
I'm not signing up for it, and I just wanted to come back and let you know.
Yeah, it's important
because
to know.
there are people out there who have lost their accounts because they tried to just convert straight through, and it didn't work that way.
They must be extra busy these days.
Yeah. I mean, they over there rewriting stuff. They're like, hey, so we need to change this because here they come. So they don't want to deal with y'all. Do you know how big of a negotiation tactic this would be if Donald Trump has to sit down with China and TikTok is dark?
Oh my gosh.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
If he sits down with negotiating with the leaders of China, Xi Jinping, Xu Shuping, whoever that is, all those folks out there that have given him a lot of drama.
Yep.
And there's a multi-billionaire, powerful oligarch over there that owns TikTok.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I'm losing a lot of money. Go fix this. So now they got to negotiate. So I don't know what they would be negotiating
I would
for.
love that. Definitely. Hopefully some negotiation would actually happen, but it's also going to hurt our small businesses here in America. It's going to hurt both sides. So hopefully it can get it fixed.
There is one person that could be coming to save. Mr. Beast put up a video yesterday. He said he met with a bunch of billionaires and that he's actually put together a actual, not just a plan. He put together a contract to get it.
Everybody over here with money thinks that they can buy anything. But guess who really, really wants TikTok? The people who own it. Like, they're like, yo, we love it. It ain't done nothing wrong to us. We want to keep making money off of it. You guys over there need it because everybody over here, like Meredith, is trying to find alternative ways to keep it. So it's pretty powerful. I don't think like you want to sell something that is like, all right, I'm done with this. The drama of it. I don't want it anymore. TikTok is very, very popular, so I don't think they're at a loss for people who want to buy it, but I think they're at a loss for people who want to sell it.
Nah, for sure. Like, they don't want to give that up.
There's one person who has made an immense amount of money in the last couple of years off of TikTok who is and has openly posted on his social media that I don't know what I'm going to do. And that is Keith Lee, who does all of the food, reviews. His whole being is off of his TikTok. Yeah. And so if he doesn't have that, then he has to redo his whole setup. Yeah. And so his camp is like, we're freaking out and waiting for Sunday to see if there's a stay of execution.
Yeah, I do follow him on Instagram, but obviously he doesn't have as large a following. Yeah. But I mean, I think you just kind of got to pivot, even though you almost have to start over. Everybody knows who he is because of TikTok. So even though he's going to start at somewhat of a deficit in comparison to his TikTok following, I think it'll be okay.
There's also another influencer who I don't remember the name of them, but they are a big influencer who just bought a house, their own house that's $4,000 as far as a mortgage a month. Wow, yeah. And they just got the new car, the Benz, everything else, and they were loving life. But it's off of their TikTok. And now with that last check that just came, this week, they're like, oh my God, I just made, my January payment. I don't know what I'm going to do for February because it was based off of that income that's coming in. Yeah. And they've paid it out. And they're like, if I don't get a check in February, I don't know what I'm going to do. So that's what's being faced.
Yeah. You don't think there's going to be a carryover to Instagram, though? Like a big ramp up of people that are going to use Instagram more because of this?
Well, yeah, because we have nowhere else to go. And it's not even close, but I guess if you have to say it, the closest thing would be to go to Instagram. So anybody I really follow, kind of like my female influencers like Nina Poole for makeup or anything like that, I have definitely added them on Instagram. God forbid TikTok does go away.
Yeah. There's Instagram, Patreon. There's a bunch of them.
No.
There's choices.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's really, really not. And
as far as the engagement is what they're looking at. If you get your money off of it and you're looking at what TikTok was providing for you as a budget, it doesn't translate one-to-one for Instagram. So you're saying, hey, there are other outlets, which there are, but they just don't have the same rhythm. And so they're like, what if what if this lady who has $4,000 wrapped up into a mortgage, $4,500 wrapped up into a mortgage, and she has a $2,000 or whatever car payment that's exorbitant. So now she rolls over to another platform and is getting a fraction of what she was getting with the engagement of TikTok. Now you're like, oh, but so you got a backup. She's like, but I'm still not able to pay my bills because that's the end all be all for them.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a job like the rest of us.
Oh wow, crazy idea. Yeah, you're gonna have to get a job.
But also Instagram doesn't pay like TikTok pays. It's different. Especially if you have such a large following. So starting over on Instagram, you're not going to make it. Yeah, you are going to have to go get a job.
And Zuckerberg got a Zucker word called cheat.